Good morning, 10 percenters. It is Monday, September 17th. This is Michael with Trading Escapes. You can find us at tradingescapes.com. We have four stocks, sort of five stocks on watch. I got another one on a different chart. The four that you're looking at are MYND, ABIL, NBEV, CLRB. They're taking off the morning momentum gap scanners. All these stocks have been gapping up. We've checked the daily charts on them. I've marked off the pre-market levels and we are just waiting to go. We've got about 3 minutes to the bell. I'm sorry, the other stock that we're looking at is NEPT. Have that up on another chart. We'll switch it over to the main screen here if something starts to happen. Friday we didn't have any trades. Last week was a red week. We're going to see if we can't turn it around this week. Still trading with small size. We're at 1,000 shares on these penny stocks. Penny stocks are what? Anything below $5. So everything we're looking at today, including NEPT, is penny stock. See if we can't get some momentum out of them and make relatively decent returns this morning. With 1,000 shares, we're looking $2, $3, $4, $500. That's a great day. You can consider if we're trading 10,000 shares on here, we're looking at $2, $3, $4, $5,000. So I will put this on pause. We got about 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. Right, we just hit the bell. Running 5-minute charts today. Mixing up the strategy just a little bit. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I got to spend a lot of time outside. It was pretty good. Had good weather, although Saturday was miserably hot here in Nashville. That's what they make swimming pools for, though. All right, everything is doing its thing. The market is churning and burning. We're looking for something to jump in. Everything's breaking down, including the other stock I have over here, NEPT. Also checking out AMD for a different type of trade out of the first 30 for a breakdown, continued fade. Seen a little bit of turn on ABIL there. Everything else is sitting still. Just making some notes here. All right. Everything's breaking down this morning. Just crushing out of the gate. Of course, we got the 5-minute charts, so there's a little more action going on under there for the smaller time frames. Check out the 1 minute. We're getting a little at a pullback here. Starting to get a turn right here. But our entries this morning are going to be on a 5 minute, so keep them there. NEPT, not doing anything. Just shoot it over here real second. There we go. Let's see what it looks like there. Nothing. Switch it back to CLRB. CLRB and MBV can be the same stock right there. I'm watching AMD for a fade. It's actually got a huge pull up right now. Jumped up 50 cents or so, 50 points. I see A bill come down and test that level. MYND is it's broken down through all the levels that I marked off, including I think some of those are some daily levels right there. As you can see that, and actually see these two candles right there. So it's already broken down through those two levels. Let's see if it has any sort of bull support coming in. Everything's pretty bearish this morning, except for the one stock that I wanted to look at shorting, which is AMD. It's doing pretty well. Oh, let me throw it up on a chart here. Take a look at it 1 second. So I was looking at a continued fade here, which it's probably going to turn and probably come up to this level right here, possibly pre-market level. Maybe hit this level right in here, which is already almost there. Take a turn and fade the rest of the day. Okay, we are 5 minutes in. We've just been seeing red all morning so far. That's fine. We don't need to be in any trades unless we're going to make some money. So coming off a red week last week, like to see some returns this morning. Again, targets are anywhere from just a small 100 to 500 relative. That would be 500 to 5,000, depending on what kind of size we're trading. AMD's taking a turn now. Kind of it popped up to that level we were talking about. Look at A-bill here. A-bill's got a possible. A-bill's setting up here for a possible entry. Let's see what happens. All right, still waiting. NEPT sort of looks like everything else right now. Let's get a little strength coming off a bounce here. We are 8 minutes into the morning. The tough part about making the videos is you get into this, which you should. You're being patient. You're waiting for the proper setup, but there's not much action going on. The point being, these videos they're for myself. Hopefully, even if one person looks at it and gets something from it, and quite possibly it could be they get what I've done wrong and they don't repeat those mistakes. I'm not claiming to be a teacher, um, but watching somebody execute and go through the motions is sometimes the best way to learn. And sometimes when you're watching other people, I'm just starting out. I've done this in the past to some degree, but really, this is new. And to see, as you're doing it, you come up with, you often wonder why these mentors aren't showing you the things that you don't understand. It's because they've moved so far past them. They're not even in their vision. They're not even in their peripheral vision. They're not seeing, you know they don't even understand why somebody would even think along those lines. Whereas myself, I look at this and, heck, even Thinkorswim, the platform, I learn something new about it every day. This weekend, I spent some time playing with Renko charts, not to trade the Renko charts, but they they're really a good tool to look at price level changes while you're trying to break down a new strategy, because it's all, there's no time involved. It's just the changes in levels. So it's gone, whether it takes 5 minutes or 3 hours, it shows you a new block. Renko, I think, is Japanese for brick. So it shows you a new brick when you set the tick for 5, 10, 15 cents, whatever you want. As 10 cents comes about, it shows you a new brick. Well, that could be 5 minutes or 3 hours. Well, it's a really good way to look at it when you're looking at a strategy, because when you look at a daily chart or an extended time frame, you can see what kind of swings and what sort of action you get and how well the strategy is actually fitting. Whereas when you're looking at the regular candles, it's very hard to decipher that. It's you're always looking at, oh, here's a low, here's a high, here's a high, here's a low. If I traded from there to there, it would be a huge winner. Um, it gives you a false sense of hope, quite honestly, because number one, your entries and exits aren't going to be at those levels. You're not going to be able to pick them. You're not going to be able to find those entries or decipher when you should get in or should get out at those exact moments. And the other thing is, you may not be able to get filled. You may not have entries and exits at those levels. So when you look at the strategy and you look at the Renko blocks, you go, you're looking at this, you're looking at a stock, for instance, and go, this stock doesn't really hardly ever move more than 10 or 20 cents. There's not enough room in there for my share size to make any money. I shouldn't even look at it. That's hard to decipher with regular candles, because you see these swings and you're like, oh, look at that. That's, it's gone 50 cents. But how often does it go 50 cents? And with the Renko blocks, it's very easy to see that, because they're just stacks of ticks. And you can see, oh, well, quite often there's, 6 blocks, 60 cents, one way or the other. MYND doesn't look like it's doing much here. This is what a Renko chart looks like. See these blocks, every one of these blocks represents 10 cents. So it went up 10 cents, up 10 cents, but it's not time. This block right here could take a day to form, or it could take 30 seconds. They're not based on time. The thing you got to remember when you're using them, I don't think I'd ever try to trade with it, but maybe some long-term swing trade or something, is that the price, the price went up from here to here 10 cents. And then it painted a new block when it went from here to here. But before it went from here to here, the price could be doing this stuff. It could be bouncing all over the place, right? Just as long as it doesn't paint a new block down 10 cents, it has basically almost 20 cents to jump back and forth, right? And until it comes up another 10 cents, does it paint another block, or goes down another 10 cents? But you got to remember the price action still kind of, think of it as a channel. It can still be bouncing all over the place. Still sitting still. Look how well NBB respected that right there. Looks like that it's become a nice support level. Let's see if we can't get a bounce off of that. Of course, we'll wait for our entries. We'll wait for our setup. CLRB is pulling up a little bit. Got a long way to go for us to get a setup on it. Moving rather slow to this morning. I'm gonna pause because I'm gonna get up and go get some more coffee. I think we're safe. We've got a little ways on all of these to have a proper setup. We're in the morning, 16 minutes so far. Be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. Nothing else is going on. I'm gonna continue to keep it on pause, and we'll just wait for a setup. We're in the morning about 18 minutes. So yeah, well, something will form here. Now what I'm using right now, all our videos are the first 30 strategy. This is the first 30 strategy, but it's slightly modified. So there's a potential where I may take a trade later in the morning with it. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to pause the video just to kind of keep the overall video length shorter in case I run this into the later, hour or first 3 hours of the market. So we're at 9:01. So the first 30 minutes is gone. We have got our opening range now. For all of you out there looking to trade, we can mark off your opening range levels now and see if you can get an opening range breakout trade. Opening range is you take that first 30 minutes and you take the high and low, you set those, and you look for breakouts or breakdowns on that opening range. I'm gonna keep the video on pause. I'm still looking for a setup with our stocks on watch, and we'll see what happens. AMD ended up being a great long. It's pulled up here. Well, it's setting up for a reversal now, but it pulled up from the open. Let's see. That real quick. Pulled over, about $1.20. Not bad on a $30 stock. And if I was watching it for long, I had an entry. It was clean. I had an entry at about $31.99, and I had an exit somewhere around $32.76. So, 70-cent pull on a $30 stock isn't too shabby. It would have made the morning, that's for sure. So we're just gonna sit tight. I'm gonna put this on pause, and the first 30 are over. So now we're looking for a longer setup and see what we can find. Hope you all had a good 30 minutes and are in the green and are on the rest of your day. You don't have to sit in front of your computers the rest of the day. Me, I'm sitting here anyway, so might as well continue to trade. So it's 9:20, and we had a possible entry here. I'm waiting for it to pull back down to the 9 EMA for an entry. And this is on MYND. We may have missed it. That's okay. We didn't have an entry on this ignition candle here. So we had this ignition candle. I'm waiting for it to pull back. We'll take it at the 9 EMA and then hopefully ride it up. So that's the setup. We'll pause again. I'll let you know what happens. All right, so we got our entry. We got our entry at the 9 EMA. So we had a pull out, pull back. We got our entry at the 9 EMA, and now we're just waiting for it to see if we can't get a little bit of a run on it. Like I said, it's a slower type of trade. We're waiting to see if we can pull back up to this resistance line, possibly break through it. We'll see what happens. And we had a big spike down, drove down, and stopped us out. So out of that trade. Looking for a breakdown on AMD here. Let you know what the next setup looks like. Down $140 on MYND. All right, so we had an entry on AMD for a short. Currently down $45. Our stop is at 59, and we're just waiting for it to fade down. Again, our stop's at 59. Our entry was at 46, so we got in right below the 9 EMA, and now we're just we're holding this for a fade. So this is a 5 minute. We got pullback here. This is the third. Here's the pullback. This is a third pullback. So high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So we're looking for this as a nice setup to continue fading, possibly throughout the day. We'll see what happens. And switch to an area map here. It helps me hold through these. Up $550 on AMD. We're out. We're going to be done for the morning. So we were down 140, I believe, and 140 on MYND, and up 555 on AMD. So that's the morning. I hope everybody's had a good red, out of the red. I was going to say, get out of the red from last week and has a good green day, and have a good rest of the day.